Welcome to Not a Great Whisperer podcast. This is your host, Katie Ray. I am joined with the Jasmine, the CBD housewife on Instagram, the one and only. I met Jasmine actually sliding into her DMs. I slid into her DMs because we both are very big fans of CBD and just the mom life and just helping other women and men and everybody on that journey just understand that it does help you and if there's not a stigma around it. But Jasmine, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be on your show.
Was this your first podcast?
This is my first real podcast.
I love popping cherries. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So again, you're CBD housewife on Instagram, but I think your big thing going on is MILF, your CBD line.
Yes.
MYLF.
MYLF, Mom You Love to Follow.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's what it means.
It's open to interpretation.
So, yeah, whatever you really want that acronym to be for you. So let's kind of dive into how you got on the CBD journey, kind of what was going on, your mom life, your wifey life, kind of everything going on. Go for it.
Yeah. So the way I got into the whole CBD thing was actually an accident. So my husband told me to get a hobby. And when I was on maternity leave, I was obsessed with the Great British Bake Off. And so I started baking. And I was baking all the time. And then I heard about CBD because I used to be a THC user. And then I had a baby and I was really, really just nervous about using cannabis.
That paranoid, like, oh.
I was really worried about like paranoia. And so I started using CBD. And it changed my life. So all of a sudden, one morning, it was like 4 a.m. I woke up out of my sleep with this idea called MILF and cookies. And I started putting CBD into my cookies. Then I started selling them to people, and people loved them, and it was helping them. It was helping me. And so that's kind of just how I started.
Just getting a hobby.
He said, get a hobby. And I said, okay, I guess I will. I don't know if he thought it would turn out like, if it was going to turn into this. But I did get a hobby.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed your hobby.
Nailed it.
Do you have a boy and a girl?
I have a girl.
A girl. And how old?
16 months.
16 months. Wow. So you did this on maternity leave. All of this came together.
Yeah, I think this happened about 9 months ago. So she was a couple months old when it happened. But yeah, it's actually kind of funny because I thought I did have a hobby. I thought baking was my hobby.
You're like, why isn't this working out for us?
But then I think when I took it and I turned it into more of a business, then it really became a true hobby.
It's like your medicine. And I always tell people that. And I'm like the same way. So I was THC in college. Then I found that high CBD products were my thing because I do have like that paranoia. And of course I got in trouble with THC. So brings back not good memories. But I think telling people like I talk about it to the point where I'm just like, it works. Like, I can't tell you you're dosing right now because I don't know how your body's made up, but like I can tell you it works. And it's just to keep kind of with it and just go for it. Do you feel like will be on CBD if you were pregnant?
That's such a tough
because I've
question
like
because
fought that. Yeah,
I think you mentioned this when we were at Natural Life. There just isn't enough research. It's funny. I just had a mom who was breastfeeding reach out to me to want to buy and pre-order MILF. Yeah. And I just said, look, I really don't know.
There is research on breastfeeding. Isolates.
Is?
Yep.
Oh,
isolates because your baby already has the endocannabinoid system.
So totally
more isolates. Yep. So that there is research on that. So I will. And shout out to Scott. His wife is a lactation consultant.
Scott Ryan?
You can always reach out to her. Because she does that. But I'm really I think Scott Smith, sorry. I really think that the studies need to be there for pregnancy because for me, I told you like the baby doesn't have an endocannabinoid system yet. So it's like, is it helping them? It's not like it's hurting them, but I stop everything when I'm pregnant. So it's like
Me too.
Not even like a glass of wine.
Me too. I was the same way. I had such just paranoia because you never know what's going on in there.
So that's why I think once they start having studies with that, which I'm not sure how they're going to do studies, but it'll kind of help you be able to educate people more. And of course, we always say consult your doctors, but I think it's such a balance for your body that I think it would help moms.
Especially like the first 3 months when I was puking and felt like dying all the time. That would have been amazing.
I know. But in your head, you're like, what am I affecting them? I know. It's a super mind fuck.
Yeah. But I didn't know about the breastfeeding thing. That is so.
Yeah, there are studies. I'll find them and send them to you.
Oh my gosh, great.
Yeah, because you got to push MILF for all the MILF first.
For all my MILFs. I feel so bad now that I was just.
Well, you don't have enough study. No, you're right, though.
I was like,
you're
look,
totally
I don't
right.
know what the best route is. Talk to your doctor. Like, I am not a doctor.
No, you're always right. I always do that. But I think with your baking and CBD, you're making it fun for people.
Yeah.
And you do measurements to the point where it's like to the T milligrams or okay.
Yeah, depending on what people need.
Are you doing a cookbook?
Thanks for the idea.
Boom. You're welcome. The MILF cookbook.
The MILF cookbook. I think there's nothing I love more than being in an apron. So I think a cookbook makes a lot of sense.
Are there clothes underneath the apron?
Sometimes.
You're welcome. So this might air after Dessert Wars, but you're doing Dessert Wars in Tampa at Armature Works.
Yes.
Bringing cookies to the audience, to the sold out audience.
Yeah, I'm bringing a new flavor. It's going to be, I'm actually using lemon flavored CBD and CBD white chocolate in the recipe. So I've never really liked lemon and white chocolate, but I do now.
Isn't that crazy?
And so I hope they like it. It's a fun, interesting flavor. So we'll see.
Like a small cookie? 10 milligrams? 5 milligrams?
No, they're going to be less. So I have to make 900 bite-sized samples.
Oh, okay.
So you're looking at like
Did you say 900?
900 samples. Yeah, I know. I'm scared.
So mostly probably like 3 milligrams.
We'll get there.
When you separate. Oh, gosh,
Once I have to figure out all the
math shit?
The math and the dosing. But it's exciting.
So how much judgment have you gotten doing this journey?
Judgment?
Mm-hmm. Well, how about this? People you know judgment.
Definitely I've had judgment. Especially, I remember when I first came out as MILF and Cookies, and I changed my Instagram name from Princess Jasmine to MILF and Cookies. People were like, what the fuck? Because I was also working in HR. It's a very corporate job. They were like, what the fuck is this? Yes, that was my corporate career, human resources. So
makes life better. I like that more better.
So here I was saying that I am now MILF and Cookies and I make CBD cookies. And there was a lot of talk about what is MILF. And then, after a little while, I kind of decided I'm more than just cookies, right? And I wanted to be this household brand. And I rebranded to CBD Housewife. And then I got a lot of backlash for that too, because they were like, why are you calling yourself a housewife when you're not a housewife? And I'm like, why?
I'm in a house baking.
Like, why the fuck do you care?
Yeah.
I look fabulous in this apron. I'm enjoying myself. This is my hobby. Another thing is, it's my hobby. I get to do whatever I want with it.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Yeah, so I've definitely gotten some judgment. And it's really funny. Everyone has come around, though, and, come back and supported me. Once they saw that it was working or they tried the cookies.
And you're good people. You're genuinely giving them a product to help them in their daily life. And it's just some people do it in different ways. Like you might have a TikTok video or something. But sometimes, and people need to realize everyone has their own journey. But at the end of the day, you're helping someone.
Yeah.
So I think that's why the good people come back around. Or you partner with good people or you meet other people they're on the same journey, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what was so funny. We were just talking shit to each other back and forth. And then it was just you're good people. We're good people. Let's connect. Let's do this.
It.
And I'll eat the shit out of your cookies once I give birth to
I can't wait. I cannot wait to give you cookies.
Your 900 samples. Wow. And that's a lot, right? So you started baking. You're in HR. You're not in HR anymore?
No. So I quit my corporate job 2 months ago, pulled my kid out of daycare. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it.
Save the money in daycare.
Yeah.
Start focusing on your hobby.
Yeah. And so I did. And since then, it's been really fun and exciting. But I'm going back to work tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
Guess what? I'm going to work for Nick Akins.
Oh, love it.
Just twice a week.
Retail? The shop?
At Natural Life. Good. Yeah. So I'm going to work at a CBD store. And now I get to really help
talk
people.
the talk, help people every day.
All day. And enjoy it. And it's only twice a week.
I love that.
It works for my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I called him on it, I go, hey, did you staff your store yet? He's like, who do you know? I was like, myself.
That's awesome.
And I think he was a little bit surprised, but also this is kind of just a motherhood moment. I'm a very social creature.
Yeah.
I cannot be in a house all day.
I know. Me either.
It did not work for me.
Shout out to the stay-at-home moms.
Shout out.
Yes.
Oh my, so much respect to you.
I know.
I don't know how you do it. you're just an amazing, they're like amazing creatures. People who can handle that.
I need the adult interaction. That's why I do consulting.
Lots of adult interaction. And even, I could just work when she's sleeping, but she doesn't sleep. So there's no work getting done.
She never sleeps.
Yeah.
But I get that. So she'll go to daycare twice a week.
Yeah,
and
I have
you'll
a
go to the
nanny
store.
that I hired in my
perfect.
house.
That's perfect.
It's even better.
And what does your husband think about it?
He has, there's not much thinking. I'm one of those people I feel so bad for him. Poor Zach. I make a decision.
Shout out to Zach.
Shout out to Zach. So sorry. I will, I might run it by him very quickly.
You'll tell him after it's already been decided?
Kind of.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's fine.
I just keep going.
Yeah, and you should. I think that's a good trait to have, but also that it fits. You wouldn't make a drastic decision if it didn't fit your family.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going crazy. Like, I'm moving to Colorado for like a year. I'm just gonna live my life,
See you later.
have my own farm, and just live. What kind of advice should you give people stepping out of corporate into their own thing, or about passion projects? Because you were kind of doing a passion project. I don't think you put a lot of – I can't believe I keep saying so much today. I don't think you put a lot of pressure on your passion or through baking at first. But now that you are making that kind of full time, what kind of obstacles have you run into?
My biggest advice to you, like to anybody who's going to go on a journey or do what they want to do, stop giving a fuck what other people think about you, because that will hold you back.
Her face is really serious right now.
No, really. Like the moment I stopped caring what all these people thought of me,
life felt better.
It was better, and I was better at what I was doing. But if you start really caring, like, oh my God, what is everyone going to think of me? You don't actually like live up to your full potential. But when you stop giving a fuck and realize that they don't write you a check,
they really don't matter.
It has made my life so much better.
And not to be like disrespectful, but family, friends, like people that aren't living your life, like. This isn't.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you. Bye. What do you think your daughter sees?
Just a happy badass. I don't even know if she knows what a badass is yet, but she's looking at one every day.
Oh my. Hey, girl. I know I call my daughter girlfriend. Hey, girlfriend.
That's how I talk to her, too.
Yeah, I love it. Mm-hmm. But I do feel like empowering. I mean, a 16-month-old, right? But empowering, just showing them that women can really do it all. And you can also, if you want a corporate job, have it. Yeah. In my head, sometimes I'm like, maybe I should go back to having just a job so I have a stable paycheck and then keep my passion. But at the end of the day, it's like, where do I feel the most like myself? That's where you got to find it.
And alive.
And some of it's mom, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But a lot is adulting and talking to other people about what my journey or just being real with people. And I do think it comes with age. Being comfortable with yourself or not giving a fuck what people think, right? Because back in the day, we were probably all like, oh my gosh, that person said that about me.
Yeah, I used to care. Like in high school, probably.
Yeah. And that's a hard age for people. High school is hard age. And now you're like, fuck the high schoolers.
Well, then I went to college and I realized people are cool. But it wasn't until I started this journey that I really had to let go of what people thought.
Oh, especially with the stigma around CBD in general.
CBD,
you're a
MILF,
you're a woman.
Mom.
Yeah, I know. MILF in general,
even
the word MILF.
Even just coming out and being like, yeah, I use cannabis and I love getting high. People are like, oh,
and that's why I'm so big on like education. I go to gyms, like CrossFit boxes or something, or I've gone to like senior communities and just talked about how there's 2 cannabis plants, right? We got hemp, we got marijuana. Like there's 2. This is what it entails. A lot of ailments need high THC, and it's just like them understanding like this isn't the drug you heard about in Reefer Madness. Like this isn't – people aren't running the streets like going psychotic. Like yes, every substance can be overly used. Everyone's fallen asleep on cannabis once if you've done cannabis.
But
I've done it multiple times. But because I've
literally
overly used it, I've fallen asleep in my own home. But I think it's just the stigma surrounding it, like everything else. But it's fun to have you as an advocate to be like, no, you can be a mom. You can leave a corporate job. You can advocate for this amazing thing. You can create your own MILF. And you can step out of the box that everyone has to normalize, like perfect mom, perfect. And it's like, no, that's not how we roll. It isn't.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I'm so for CBD, and it just changes people's daily life, and that's what's so big about it. Yeah. I mean, were you going through any like hormone balance? I mean, because you had a hard pregnancy, right?
I was having a lot of problems. Okay. So like kind of why I started trying it. Well, I was afraid to use THC.
Yeah.
But I was having really bad anxiety, and I started having really severe arthritis and inflammation all over my body in my hips, knees, and my feet. So something happened after I gave birth. Like my hips are off kilter now, which affects my knees and my feet. Wow. And then something happened to my hands. I don't know what, just arthritis during pregnancy. And it never went away. And the only thing that would keep it at bay was CBD. And then the craziest thing was when I tried a full spectrum product for the first time. I got it was like 1,700 milligrams, and I tried one dropper, and
which was only probably about like 37 milligrams of CBD, right?
Exactly. I tried that. I had zero anxiety. Like I could feel like I had this shield protecting me from anxiety. I was like in a bubble, and it's amazing. And now I take it a couple times a day. And I know that I'm not going to have inflammation, and I'm not going to have anxiety. And I know that if I'm going to do something that might make me feel anxious, or, you know, I've done a lot with my hands that day baking, I know that I can take CBD and it's going to fix my problem.
And you take it consistently, which I'm very big on telling people. It's like a vitamin. But on those days that are hard, up your dose. And I think one of the things you said there, I think just becoming a mom brings you anxiety to a point. Right. And some people have debilitating anxiety where they can't leave the house. But for me, I was balanced for like a good 10 months. Then I got pregnant and was like, shit. Oh no, I've been like on this perfect like calmness. Not like calmness, but just like go with the flow. Don't bring that like anxiety in. Don't fear leaving the house. Don't do this. Don't like things like that. Where then I was like, shit. My medicine. Like, I don't know if I can take this. So tough. It was, but I'm totally blessed. I have a Jasmine in my belly and a Jasmine across from me. But you're right. Like, you get to that point where you find that perfect balance. Yeah. And you're just like, tell the world.
And, okay, another thing for me that really helped me too is because I have ADHD is focus. Isn't that insane? Yep. CBD can make me sit down and shut up. And if you know me, that's not very easy for me to do. Your husband probably
puts it in your water. I'm not going to lie to anybody. Let's not. Every morning he's like, I made your coffee. Here's your coffee. My husband's been doing CBD coffee. He loves it.
I just got a shipment in today, actually, from company sent it to me on Instagram.
Cool. Yeah, so he's been starting that, so that's cool. I can't wait to have a cup of CBD coffee. Oh, yes. But
no anxiety.
I know.
No heart palpitations.
I know. You're like, this caffeine is great. But now that you've noticed with your Instagram and kind of pushing CBD, a lot of CBD products coming to you and you feeling them out, do they give you all the background of it and ingredients and you kind of pick and choose what's working?
Yeah, and actually I just started kind of accepting brands recently. Before I wasn't really too interested in doing that. But now I'm actually going to be just doing reviews and putting them on my blog.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just honest opinion, like
personal experience.
How does this work? Did it work for me? What's in it? A little bit about the company. And
I would totally add what's in it for people. One of the education things I work with is people who vape it. If they're not doing just flower and they're vaping, it's just like, look at the fillers. Things should not be in your lungs. And what's funny is companies will put the fillers.
So I don't vape.
No, that's really good. People do vape, though, for 2-minute onsets.
I have to think through that, to help people.
So let people know to just read the ingredients because you're going to have a great following. And it's just if it says coconut oil or MCT, that's not to be inhaled. It's to be ingested. So it's like just letting them know. But flour, I always push people to flour.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Same. I've always liked it better.
Well, it's just pure. I mean, why are you going to vape this cartridge? You have no idea where it came from.
No idea what's in it.
But, you know, people are just the vape craze, the trend of vaping. And I hate the kids vaping so much. Like, stop them.
And they do these little, these cool little vape tricks on Instagram.
I can't. Like the clouds, I can't.
They suck it all back in and then spit it out and suck it in.
Like, please stop. Somebody stop them. There should be a law. Oh, wait, there is. But I'm big on just education of it because – again, you letting them know what products are working, dosing is going to be different, and people just trying it out instead of like one and done. They're like, I tried CBD that one day. It didn't work.
Okay. Or what about the people from the gas station? People getting it from the gas station and they're like,
I got a gummy and it didn't work.
Well, good for you.
Was there anything in the gummy?
Like, why'd you buy it at the gas station?
How long did it take for you to feel the difference in CBD?
What do you like?
Like the real difference, like your arthritis, your anxiety.
Honestly, it was immediate. For me, it was very immediate.
Okay.
Because I was so into it. I mean, I was ingesting it and then I was using topicals. Okay. So
you were using enough to subside all the pain.
Yeah.
Which is smart because people start so small, which I like when people start small dosing so you can find like most cost-effective route. But it's like, hey, if you want to feel some relief, get some relief in there. If you have pain in your hands, rub some lotion on your hands.
I always, or like a multifaceted kind of approach to your treatment. But I'm really excited to go work at Natural Life because now I get a one-on-one kind of chance to like meet more patients and learn what they're going through and see how I can help them and how CBD can help them. So.
Well, that'll be great because one of my favorite things from the dispensary when I worked at Certera in the medical marijuana field is the one-on-one education, people learning, coming back, telling you how it's working, trying a new dose, not being scared of the next thing they try. It's such a good experience to just literally see someone's life change for the better because you feel better.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit about anything going on. You're like, fuck you. You talk shit.
Well, it was funny because when I was on my way here, I was thinking, I was like, I feel like I'm almost kind of following your path in a way. Like what you did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, that's really exciting.
Yeah. The CBD wise.
Yeah. I'm going to be a little bit like her.
You should. Yeah. Well, you're your own person and you're doing great.
But you know what I mean? In terms of like career wise.
It is. And it's something really fulfilling because you're, again, someone's daily life is being affected. And you just feel good.
Yeah.
You go home, you go pick up your baby, and you're like, hey, I did something today to help someone.
Yeah, I didn't have to fire anyone today. This was great.
Yes. Hi, I'm HR, and I fire people all day.
Oh, man. And no one likes HR, by the way.
Were you in a corporation?
Or no, I was really blessed to be in an amazing marketing agency in Tampa. Awesome. Yeah, so I learned a lot every day. But just in general, working in the HR field, everybody's always afraid of HR. They're afraid of what to say. And I don't know if you've met me.
Funny?
You've met me. I'm very not.
That's why I love that you're
I am
HR.
like not HR
That's
why
when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, it's saying like I'm fucking HR. Come in my fucking office.
Yeah.
You were really shitty yesterday. When you talk about it, can you sign here and here?
That's literally.
That's basically it. You just sucked. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's how I would be as HR. But I always liked HR because everyone basically is intimidated by you without any reason at all.
You know, I always treated it like my job is to protect and to serve you. You know, and instead of saying you sucked yesterday, I'd be like, hi, just want to pull you in and talk to you about a performance improvement plan that we're going to work on.
Here's your pip.
Here's your pip.
Instead of saying you suck yesterday, which is a great sentence to use. I know. And now it's funny because you're in a industry where it's just like love people, give to people, live your life.
It's amazing. It is so amazing. One of my biggest fears actually is to go back to the corporate world because now that I've left it. Because by the way, I loved it when I was in it. I love the corporate world. I thought I was like a little tigress in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my heels and I wear heels every day still.
But cannabis is turning a little corporate-y, so you gotta be careful.
Well, there's that too. But if I could survive over there, I could survive over here. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
You totally survive. But sometimes corporate structure like that where it profits over people or something like that, it kind of like hazes your mindset of like, what am I really here for?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can still rock your heels and your business outfits.
Yeah.
Cannabis events. There's got to be some fun in that. We got to go to some of those.
Yeah.
So you're now an entrepreneur because MILF is set to release this year.
Yeah.
Right? So what are some obstacles you run into?
Not knowing how to do stuff that you really got to do. No, I think one of the biggest
Basically my job.
my whole entire job. No, what I think the biggest thing was remembering that when I was in the corporate world, I had a very regimented schedule. And I'm like a creature of habit and I need a schedule to be successful. It's because I'm such a busy, like crazy brain.
Yeah.
I had to learn that lesson, but it took about a month of fucking up to learn that one.
Fail to succeed.
Yeah, a lot of little failures constantly. And sometimes I forget that I'm an entrepreneur. I forget that I have all this going on. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I doing? What's going to happen?
I know. The fear sets in, right?
It's a daily shit show.
What the fuck is it today? What day is it? Fuck.
What day is it?
Do something.
Oh, did I miss a phone call?
So do you set up a schedule weekly for yourself?
I do
Or you
now.
kind of go with the flow?
Well,
A little of both.
now that I've got a new job.
Oh yeah,
I
you
will
do
definitely
have to set
have
a
a schedule.
Yep.
But no, I started setting up a schedule, and I realized that I could not stay cooped up in the house. So I started using a babysitter that comes to my house so that I could get out and like go to Starbucks and have a meeting
And
you know,
keeping
do
your
things.
daughter at her own like home where she's used to,
Yeah,
which is important.
Fun fact: the day I realized I needed a sitter, I went to go meet with Scott Smith to talk about my own brand. Didn't realize it was a very serious meeting. And here I was bringing in this 16-month-old who's in a CBD store, ripping gummies off the shelves and trying to play with tinctures and flour. And I was like, I came home, I told my husband, I said, this cannot happen again. I was like, this was serious. And I didn't know it was
this
serious.
Is a business meeting. Like,
You know, and thank God, you know, Scott has
He has a kid,
He has
yeah.
a kid, so he
Mhm,
totally
boy.
understood. He was unfazed by it. But I remember just feeling like, I can't do this again.
Well, because you're trying to present yourself as a businesswoman and it's super hard to keep the attention. I get that. And you leave like, oh, I just failed a meeting.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I
Super
felt.
stressful. But you found a babysitter
Mhm.
who comes to your house.
Double mint sitters. Check them out. Shout out. They're
What is it?
amazing.
Double mint?
mint.
I love it.
They're amazing.
It's great.
And then when you find one that you really like, you just pick that one person every time.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
So I found my nanny when I was in Miami at care.com.
Nice.
It was hard though. It was sifting through all of that. But double mint sitters,
Mhm.
I love that. Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout outs to everyone. But that's important to know, like, where you need the help. You can't, and I love that you can bring your kids places and stuff, but sometimes it is a scheduled meeting. 16-month-olds need attention. And if there's a lot of colors everywhere, which I'm assuming from gummies and shit. But
It's horrible.
yeah, and that's hard. But you realize that you have to, again, fail to succeed. But you were in good company, so it's not like
So blessed.
Yeah.
Scott Smith, you're awesome.
hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
And that's the wife who's lactation.
yes.
Leah. So yes,
Leah.
so reach out to her for that info. So I think MILF is going to be a success. It's going for sure, and you're helping with everything going into it.
Yeah.
Like picking and choosing everything.
Everything.
Good. I think that's important from someone from experience. You are experienced with CBD, so it's important to know kind of what's going in. And do you think, are you going to have everything, broad, full, and isolate?
I haven't decided. I'm still in the process of figuring that out.
Because
So
it's
you will-
expensive, right?
Yeah, and you will know very soon.
Do you pick the terpenes? Flavonoids and all that shit?
I
Or
don't
do
know
they?
yet. They're going to pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flavonoids and all that shit. And the ingredients, it'll say all that shit. And just
It'll say all
yes.
that shit.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, I'm still in the infancy stage.
Okay.
So I still have some time to kind of figure
Production
that
or
out.
cultivation hasn't started, so it's
Yeah.
you just branding and figuring all that shit out.
And figuring that out. And I was so against having my own brand for the longest time. I think I had a scarcity mindset. I was like, well, there's so many CBD brands. Why would anybody buy mine? But then I was like, wait, you've been building a brand for a long time.
What's crazy is you think because you like all the different brands too and you use so many that you're like, why should I just have one? But you can still use other brands.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
I think it'll be great. And it'll, your events will be fun as shit. Just a bunch of chicks just dropping droppers.
You
in their
know,
real life.
made by a mom, for moms, whatever. It'll be great.
Everybody, just come on in. Dads too, it's fine.
Oh, DILF. Hey, DILF is in the making. It's in the talks right now.
Your husband fell out that and he was like, it's fucked up, babe.
He did actually. He was like, look, what about DILF? I said, it's coming soon to a theater near you, baby.
Well, I can't wait for it. I can't wait because it'll be out when I'm able to enjoy it.
Yes.
Free samples.
Free samples and free cookies.
900 free cookies for just my house, delivered to my house.
I love it.
So advice you want to give to moms?
Stop giving a fuck.
Okay. I love you.
I know I said that very serious.
I know. Your
I
face
really,
makes me laugh because
I
of
really
how
mean it.
I know you do. No, I 100%
I really
know you
mean
do.
I used to care, and I came from a Middle Eastern household where image is everything, and your neighbors talk about you, and everyone's friends want to know everything about your kids and this and that. Stop giving a fuck.
Yep.
And it was really hard for me to get away from giving a fuck.
But now you're here.
Now I'm here.
Not giving a fuck.
Not giving a look at that. That was my last fuck flying away.
I love that.
Bye.
And MILF comes out. Okay, so MILF comes out this year.
Mm-hmm.
We're in infant stages.
Yeah.
Which I will soon be in infant stages. So talk about all your handles and stuff and your website.
Okay, so on Instagram, you can find me as CBD Housewife. On TikTok, you can now find me as the CBD Housewife.
She's a mess. Thank you, God.
And my website is www.cbdhousewife.com.
Huh. It's nice. It's all the same brand. Good for you. Good for you. This is Jasmine. And you'll find this lovely person, my Middle Eastern sister, at Not a Great Whisperer podcast and KatieRay.com. I got to stop saying today. I also want to bring up that her advice is to stop giving a fuck. But is there anything else you want the listeners to know about you?
Just that CBD has really changed my life, and I've watched it change other people's lives, and that this is just the beginning of this journey to help as many people as I can through CBD.
And you will be at Natural Life Tampa downtown?
Yeah. So I'll be in the downtown store.
Perfect.
And I'll be on Kennedy.
Perfect. Oh, you'll be at both?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And a couple of days a week you can find her if you want to meet her live in the flesh.
In the flesh.
And
I'll
to talk
there.
about CBD and your journey, I think you are going to notice how much you're going to impact people's lives on a daily basis more than just social. And that for me is, fills
like
my
the
heart.
icing on the cake, you know?
It fills my heart. And I think you're going to do great things, and I'll come visit you too and just live our best lives together.
I love it.
I hope you enjoyed this podcast. CBD for life, CBD housewife, Jasmine.
This was amazing. Thank you so much
I
for
love
having
it.
me.
Again, we're at BK Creative Studio in Ybor. There were not any roosters out today, and Morty's music will sign you off. Thank you for joining, Jasmine.
Thanks.